And our thanks to Ian Panel for that incredible access there. We'll continue to follow, of course, all his reporting. Also, the Rafah crossing is now reopening to evacuate foreign passport holders and wounded Palestinians approved to receive treatment in Egypt after it was closed all weekend following that Israeli airstrike. This comes as Secretary of State Antony Blinken just spent the weekend speaking with leaders of Arab countries working to decrease tensions over the Israel-Hamas war and increase humanitarian aid in Gaza. Our Matt Rivers is in Tel Aviv. So what do we know about the number of people, Matt, and aid allowed to cross today?
Yeah, Kira, so we don't have an exact number of the amount of passport holders that were allowed out today, but two sources inside of Egypt's security forces told us that that border did reopen today and some foreign passport holders were allowed to cross. We don't think it's a huge number of passport holders from foreign countries, but we do think that some people were managed to cross over. This after being closed for most of the weekend, and it just shows you how tenuous all of this is. It really is on a knife's edge when it comes to keeping that border crossing open or closing it. But as of now, it does appear that a few people did manage to get out today and a couple dozen aid trucks managed to get into Gaza at this point.
So the Biden administration, as you know, has called for this pause in fighting in order to increase the amount of aid that can get into Gaza. Secretary of State Antony Blinken wrapped up his second trip now to the Middle East. What did he say about a possible pause actually really happening?
Yeah, I mean, this was Blinken's main message coming here over the past couple days. It is they are calling for a humanitarian pause. That is a change, really, in U.S. policy going back to the very beginning of this conflict. They are now unambiguous when they're saying that they believe a humanitarian pause is needed, but Israel has to agree to that, and clearly Blinken has faced some headwinds in that regard. Let's play you a little bit of what the Secretary of State had to say.
When it comes to humanitarian pauses, we're engaged with the Israelis on the particular practicalities of that. One critical aspect, though, is seeing progress on hostages. That's something we're intensely focused on, but we also believe that a pause could help advance that proposition as well.
And so shortly after Blinken came out here in Israel over the weekend saying he wanted a humanitarian pause, right after that, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu basically said that is not going to happen unless the hostages that Hamas is currently holding are released. Without the hostage release, Israel's not going to agree to a humanitarian pause. And so at this point, it appears we are at an impasse when it comes to that pause happening, given the red line in that Israel has drawn there. Without hostages, no agreement for a humanitarian pause.
Also, we're learning that the IDF claims to have killed another Hamas leader. What more do you know, Matt?
Yeah, the Israel Defense Force is saying that they targeted in an airstrike based on ground intelligence one of the leaders that they say actually helped direct the terrorists that crossed from Gaza into Israel to carry out those attacks on October 7th. And this is kind of more of the same from what we've been seeing from Israel Defense Forces. They say broadly that their job here and their mission is to completely eradicate Hamas, but clearly what they are doing is going after the leadership. In addition to those battles on the ground between lower-ranking fighters, clearly Israel is trying to take out the top Hamas leadership as it continues its campaign in Gaza. They now say they have completely encircled Gaza City, so I think you can expect to see more strikes just like that one going after what Israel says is the top leadership of Hamas.
All right, Matt Rivers there in Tel Aviv for us. Matt, thanks so much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.